Hey, this is Lance here, over here at M1, explaining the difference between import Delta and OEM Deltas. They both look the same on the outside. They both would have these chrome tubes. So when you go to pull them out, you're going to turn your main off, turn the water on to drain all the water out of the line. You're going to use your wrench to break it loose. Once that breaks loose, you undo the tube. The extension will come off. Use your screwdriver. Pull that out, and down inside there is a little rubber boot and spring. You'll pull those back out. Once you get those out, I always spray some cleaning vinegar inside, and then I take my green scouring pad and clean on the inside really well to get all that calcium buildup. Then you thread your tube back on. Go back to the main, turn the water on, let the water shoot out of this tube so you're flushing out the system. Count 3 or 4 seconds. Once that's done, turn the main back off, go back up, take the tube back out, put back in your rubber boots and springs down inside there. They're inside this metal cup. Put your cartridge back inside. Then you put your extension on, which I dropped, which is okay. I mean, it happens. This is the old version of the extension, so I'm going to show you the new version here in just 1 second. So when you go to put this on, you kind of have to push down the cartridge and tighten down the tube at the same time. Once it's tight, you can let go of the cartridge and finish tightening it up by hand, and then I use the wrench to finish tightening it up just a little bit more that holds it in place. Okay, I'm going to show you the import cartridge. Same concept as the Delta. These newer import cartridges are in the Glacierbay valves, and a few other import valves we found out. It's an all one-piece cartridge. As you can see, it has the rubber where it goes into the hole of the valve body inside there, just like the Delta. So you got the import and the Delta inside. So when you get that out, you're gonna do your vinegar, spray some in there, take your scouring thing, clean the inside. Once you're done with that, you're going to thread the tube back on. That way you don't get water behind the wall. Turn the main back on, count 3 or 4 seconds, turn it back off, go back in. Now, with these newer ones, now that you clean the body, I always put a little bit of faucet grease inside the body, some silicone lube or something like that. I also put some on this little O-ring around this bottom piece here, and some on this washer here. Reason why is because it's real tight fit inside there. So you want to help it go in without pinching the O-rings. And another thing we found out, you can put a Delta cartridge into the import valve body. Works the same. Same thread, same tubing, but you cannot put this import stem into the Delta body because it doesn't go down far enough to thread the tube down. We've already tried greasing it up and tried a few other ways to get it in there. It just does not go down far enough to hold it in place. So just to let you know, these will not fit the OEM bodies, only the import bodies. In my next video, I'm going to show you the difference on the new style diverter stem. Oh, by the way, on these extension kits, they make some, they're all plastic, then they make some plastic and brass on the top. The ones that are brass on the top only need a little short screw to hold it in place. The ones that are all plastic need a big long screw that holds it all together. This one depends on the chrome tube to hold it in place. And then, like I said, once you get this valve body back inside here, put your tube back on. I go a good hand tight, just a little bit more of a wrench, and don't go too much tighter because you don't want to make it so tight you cannot take it off down the road. Okay, this is the new import diverter stem. It kind of looks like their hot and cold stem on the top. I see a lot of these coming into the shop now. So when you pull this out, you got to get down there with your O-ring picks and pull this rubber boot out of the hole. I do not have a valve body to show you because nobody's brought one in so we can show you how it works live. So once you get that rubber boot out of there, you're going to clean it up, vinegar, scouring pad, flush it out. The tube threads on the same way like normal. Once you get that out, then stop, and then when you put the new one in, you're going to grease this up really good. You're going to get either your finger, if it's in long enough, or a back end of a pen or something, but you want these two holes. One to go up to the shower and one to go down to the tub. So if you see, there's two holes on each side. So on your diverter stem, when it's going up inside, it has a hole there and a hole up here. It transfers the water back and forth. So this allows water to go up, that allows water to go down on your cartridges. So as you can see, if I turn it one way, there's no hole there. Turn it the other way, there's two holes there. So it drains the water out from the top, back down to the tub spout. But it's really important that you get this in first with your fingers to make sure it lines up and down inside the valve body. The same thing with all the other import diverter stems. This one has a different size of rubber boot, as you can see. Not by much, but there is a difference in the size of the rubber boot. And that one works on this style of stem, which you'll see a lot of. Same concept, flush out the system, grease it up really good, put it back in the valve body, line it up so it fits in nice and neat, because sometimes you can't put it on the cartridge to line it up because the cartridge is so big and it doesn't give you enough room to push that in to line it back up. So you end up ripping the rubber boot, the brand new rubber boot. And then, like I said, they have different versions. They have some that have a stop on the top. By the way, we carry all these diverter stems at the shop. I can't show you all the import ones we have because we have probably about 15 to 30 different diverter stems that look like Delta style. But this one has a stop on the top. It uses the extension that shuts the water on and off and moves it back and forth. Like I said, it has a generic rubber boot inside. Kind of looks the same as this one, but it's set up different on the top. And this has a wire flange. This one did not have a wire flange. As you can see, there is a difference between those and the new design. So, like I said, the boots are different. As you can see, the boots are different. So, if you need any help, you can come down to the shop and we can help you out, figure out what you need. You take pictures, bring in the cartridge, helps us out even more. These cartridges are available at M1 Specialties. This is Lance Allen here over here at M1 Specialties. I'm going over these extensions here. We've had a lot of problems with people coming in getting these extensions. If you notice, your basic import ones or Delta ones have these small extensions. Then there's the one that has a large, wider extension that's used on a lot of the import valves. That makes them quarter turns instead of half turns. Then on these tubes, these extensions here, they look the same, but they are not the same. The Delta versions do not fit up inside the tubes all the way. So you have to machine them down enough to fit up inside this tube. This one has been machined down already, so it slides up inside the tube all the way. And we found this out over the years, people could not thread the tube back down all the way without it making a seal. So I also wanted to go over an OEM Delta tube, import tube, OEM Delta stems, first generation, second generation, import cartridges, and an Elger cartridge. A lot of people make the mistake with the Elger cartridge. The Elger cartridge almost looks like the old Delta cartridge. If you notice, the stop is flat, where this one's round. The D broach is larger, and this one is smaller. They will not interchange. And if you look, there is a thickness on these two parts here. So they will not interchange in the same body. They also take different seats and washers. But I'm just going over these stems. This will also help you in the other videos I did do with the import stems and Delta valve bodies. I did on a few other videos earlier during the week. If you want to watch those videos, you can. All these parts are available to purchase at M1 Specialties. If you have any questions, you can contact us at our phone number and our email online. All right. Okay, these are the part numbers for the items I was just showing you. For the Delta cartridges, the import cartridges, the Elger cartridges. The two white extensions that look the same, large and small. The large stop stem extension and the small stop stem extension, and the chrome sleeves. All right.